The Spider-Man multiverse is set to expand rapidly this year and next year because not only did we recently have Venom, we of course got Spider-Man No Way Home coming up, and right after that we have Morbius. And the new Morbius material is accompanied by official quotes, statements, and info that's getting out there now because they're going to start the marketing push. And yes, Morbius versus Spider-Man is being teased. So just to clear everything up before we get into this, we still don't know how Morbius connects to the bigger Marvel Cinematic Universe, multiverse of Spider-Man things and all that. We know, thanks to the director confirming, that Tom Hardy was on set and is in Morbius. We know that the Vulture is in that film. We know that there was a whole murderer thing, but we still don't know how it all connects. Was Morbius always a part of the MCU? Is that going to be a big reveal? Again, there's so many little pieces that are out there that we don't have a full answer to, and that we probably won't till we actually see the film for ourselves. But Morbius versus Spider-Man is something that they've teased quite clearly, and they continue to tease. A brand new featurette was released where Jared Leto talks a little bit about Morbius, and he reveals that there is a whole tangled web out there to explore, and that once again, this is a Spider-Man character who's interacted and fought Spider-Man multiple times in the past, along with being associated with other Spider-Man villains in the Marvel Universe. So again, they're teasing exactly what we know, and I think at this point, we should just take it at face value, and everything we know is exactly what it is. And that whole placeholder poster in Morbius that we saw, quite clearly, the final version of that is going to be Tom Holland's Spider-Man face plastered on there with murder written across it. I think we can all figure that out by now. That's what's going to be in the final cut of the film. So it's one of these things where more and more is hitting us quite rapidly now, where some things might even get lost in the shuffle of how much news we're getting. But it's interesting to see that Sony, in a weird way, kind of planned, I guess, to have Morbius sort of bounce off of the MCU, even if they didn't get a secure deal in the MCU. They were going to kind of just play pretend, which we've talked about that already. Their idea was just drop Spider-Man in here and pretend like we're in the MCU, but that's no longer the case. They now are, so they can honestly connect everything, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with all these moving pieces and how it sort of all clicks together, and if Morbius is even maybe in other Marvel Studios projects we don't know of. Because again, there's been plenty that's been said on both sides in regards to what happens next. And certainly Morbius is an important Marvel character, so with them already building up the Midnight Suns and everything, I think it's pretty apparent the direction they're going to reveal by the end of that film and how he's going to come face to face with Spider-Man sooner rather than later.